So I just wanted to keep it real for this new moon energy that we're currently under. I just finished journaling and writing out my thoughts and writing out everything that was coming up for me during this new moon. It has not been a good day for me. It has not been an easy day for me. We'll say it was a good day, but it wasn't an easy day. There was certainly a massive peeling back layers kind of energy with this new moon, and I felt a very deep call to inspect certain aspects of my shadow that now came up. And you may be finding that for yourself too, that some aspects of shadow are coming up for you at this time. It's going to be highlighted in a major way. Everything and anything that you are still holding on to, that you still haven't processed, that you still haven't quite worked through. There's a huge revelation energy of that. So for me personally, there was a lot. I think I wrote probably 6-7 pages in my journal, so a lot came up. Much of it had to do with false beliefs I have about myself, about my life, about what is possible for me, and a lot of it also had to do with perfectionism, and I wanted to talk about that a little bit right now. Is this ridiculous perfectionistic expectation that we have, and this is a collective expectation that we have. That's why I'm feeling it so much today. It's something that I'm definitely a part of, for sure. I know, because I have a lot of expectations of myself, and what I was really feeling was, and really recognizing, was that I feel like I can't just show up and be myself when I make my videos. And that's a false belief that I wrote down, was that there's this belief that I always have to be put together. I always have to look a certain way. The background has to look a certain way. You know, the wording has to be a certain way, and I have to say all the right things. And quite frankly, it's exhausting. It's exhausting to have these expectations of myself, and it is exhausting to have that belief that I will only be loved, or that I am only lovable, if I am perfect, and if I have everything the way that it's supposed to be, or the way that it is expected of me. And I can definitely see how that comes from my childhood, from not being accepted as I was, and for this constant sort of survival mode of needing to always be doing the right thing and saying the right thing and walking on eggshells constantly as a kid. I could see another layer of that right now peeling back for me. So it's not fun. It has not been enjoyable for me to yet again sit here and face aspects of my shadow. It makes me frustrated. It makes me angry. It makes me want to cry. It makes me sad when these things come up for me, because I've done so much work, and I have been on this journey for a significant amount of time. And when another layer comes up, it always makes me feel like I'm back to square one, even though I'm not, and I know that I'm not, because I feel and I know the difference within myself. I know how far I've come. I know how much shit I've worked through. Yet, it's like the feeling today was just like, oh my god, like, we're back here again. I'm here again. Like, seriously? So if you're feeling that way today, just know that it's just another layer. You know, that's all that's happening, is another layer is being peeled back, so that you can have awareness, so that you can shift out of those old parts of you, those old versions of you that just simply don't serve, right? It doesn't serve me to be perfectionistic. It doesn't serve me to have that belief that, you know, my videos won't be watched, or that I'm not good enough unless I'm doing X, Y, Z, unless I'm showing up, you know, perfectly, unless I'm dressed professional and I talk professional and my video is professional and the editing is professional. And it's, yeah, like this isn't reality. And I want to really hone in on this belief, because this is such a collective belief that we have, that the only way that we could be lovable is if we dance according to somebody else's music. Well, fuck that. Like, I don't want to dance to your music. I want to dance to my music, you know, because that's what's authentic. And this is why authenticity was killed. You know, this is why authenticity has been shoved down so far. And so many of us don't even know who the fuck we are anymore, because we're constantly people pleasing. We're constantly trying to do things in ways that others expect us to do, or in ways that we believe others expect us to do. And that's wrong, and I'm recognizing that today, of how incredibly wrong that is. And I can't live like that. I can't. It's something that this new moon is making me very aware of. I don't want to live like that. It's not fun to make videos like that, where I always, you know, have to feel like, or where I always feel like I have to be perfect. I'm not perfect, and neither are you. And neither is the next person watching. None of us are. And I think the more that we can embrace that, the more that we can recognize and just honor our imperfections and be okay, and stop judging each other and stop judging ourselves. Because I know that's where it starts. It starts with me. I'm judging myself first. And then I'm assuming that everyone else is also going to judge me, because I'm already judging myself. So if I'm judging myself, well, fucking right, other people are going to judge me, right? It's an automatic assumption. But it's wrong. It's a very wrong and inaccurate assumption. And I'm really trying to work through this. I'm really trying to break this glass ceiling that I have for myself. And I'm finding myself having a deeper and deeper desire to just show up authentically, to be who I am. And to not be afraid of how that's going to be viewed, or what people are going to think. I wrote out 2 entire pages of false beliefs that I carry, that I full on admitted to myself today. And while new moons are typically about setting intentions and about beginning new cycles, I'm finding myself beginning this new cycle with a very deep admission to myself about myself. And I think it's a big step that needs to be taken by a lot of us, so that we can all move out of this energy, because this is the shit that keeps us stuck. And I don't know about you, but quite frankly, I'm tired of feeling this way. It is exhausting and it is draining. So bad. So intensely draining. It's like, no wonder I'm tired every fucking day, even though I do all kinds of things to like boost myself, to feel good. I go out for 2 walks a day now instead of 1, and I'm still finding myself to be tired. I'm doing breath work, I'm meditating, like I'm doing all this stuff, and yet I still find myself feeling tired. Why? Because I constantly feel like I have to live up to some kind of an expectation that I can't seem to live up to. because it feels like no matter what I do, it's not good enough. And it's only me creating that. It's only me feeling that way about myself. These things are hard to admit, you know. It's very hard to admit sometimes. But these are the aspects of the shadow that need to be recognized, that need to be seen, that need to be heard, that need to be felt, that you need to sit with. So I didn't have a choice today. God cleared the path for me today, cleared my schedule. Clients I had booked in canceled unexpectedly. God was like, nope, you're going to sit with this shit today, and you're going to work through it, and you're going to acknowledge it and see it for what it is, and you're going to see and recognize how it's holding you back. I didn't enjoy the work today. I did not enjoy doing this work. And of course, I judge myself all day long because I should have made a video, and I should have. And that's the other thing I noticed too, is that all of these ideas and beliefs that I have about what I need to do, there's always this fucking need to do something. And that need to do something always comes with pressure. And I hate it, and I'm so annoyed with it, and I don't want to live from that aspect, from that belief. Especially because I know it's wrong. I know it is a block. It creates a block in my life. It actually cements me from moving forward. Every time I sit there and I'm trying to force myself to do something because I convince myself that I need to do it, the more I think about how much I need to do it, the less I am capable of doing it, the less I have a desire to do it, because it's not inspired action. And now I'm not inspired in that moment when I'm forcing myself to do something because I need to do it. So I think it's really important to recognize how we fucking screw ourselves over, how we self-sabotage, and how our absolutely twisted beliefs and incorrect beliefs about ourselves and about what should happen or shouldn't happen or whatever, how much these things hold us back. And how much it's going upstream instead of downstream with the flow. It's like no fucking wonder I'm tired, because I'm constantly paddling upstream in my mind and in my feelings, instead of just turning my fucking boat around and finally going downstream with the flow and letting things be easy and letting things just come naturally, and allowing myself to just really truly go with the flow of how I am feeling. And I hate this bullshit around the algorithm too, this whole like fucking you gotta post every single day or otherwise your videos won't be viewed, or otherwise you're not gonna have like blah blah blah. What a fucking crock of shit. Like, fellow YouTubers out there, please feel free to comment below and tell me how you feel about this. Because personally, the whole like, you know, must post every day or you won't get the views. And you know what? I don't get a lot of views. Is it because I don't post every day? Well, fuck the algorithm, man. I'm not going to be a slave to an algorithm. I refuse to. It's already exhausting enough to do the work that I do, fucking putting these videos together, the research, the get ready, the make sure you look good, make sure the background looks good, make sure you've got music, make sure you got this and that and the other thing. It's like, no. I can't work like that. I don't work like that. And I'm sorry, but I can't sit here and make mindless ass fucking dumb videos. I won't. I will not participate in dumbing down humanity. There's already plenty of untalented people out there who do that. And the really sad part is those are the channels that explode. Why? Because that's what the algorithm pushes out. Well, fuck it. It's time to hack the algorithm. What happened to authenticity? What happened to realness? What happened to intelligence? What happened to promoting videos that actually awaken people, that actually move them in the right direction, that move them into healing, that move them into authenticity? What happened to that? And the more that we click on these fucking garbage videos, the more that you're going to get of it, the more that you're feeding that algorithm. We are collectively doing this. We are collectively contributing to the garbage that we are consuming by consuming it more. Because every single time that video pops up and you click on it or you view it, that's it. Now the algorithm is going to give you 100 more of the same. I just really needed to do some real talk today. Because this is the awareness that I have. This is what I see and what I notice in our world. And this is what I've recognized within myself on this new moon. And what I journaled about and what I'm looking to release. It's like, let yourself off the hook. Because that's what I'm working on, is just letting myself off the hook. It is the healing that needs to happen still. It is the releasing and the letting go that I'm working through today. Is to let go of that perfectionism, let go of these expectations of myself. To be able to just show up as I am. And whether you want to fucking judge me for that or not, I don't care. Because I'm tired of caring. I'm tired of feeling this way. I'm tired of feeling like nothing I do is good enough. And I know this is wounding that I'm still working through. Like I said, healing is layers. It always happens in layers. You peel back a layer and then you're okay for a while and then another layer shows up. And then you peel back that layer, and look at it and you move through some healing and then you're okay for a while again and then another layer shows up. And this new moon brought up some fucking layers, let me tell you. So you might have felt that too. If you were not having an overly pleasant day today, then just know that that's why. And if you're feeling any kind of heaviness within you, then that is the heaviness that you need to be looking at. Like, for real. Be very, very honest with yourself. Because, man, when I pulled cards this morning, one of the cards I pulled out was deceit. And it was in the upright position. Meaning that either someone in my environment is deceiving me or I am deceiving myself. Well, for me, based on what my intuition said, it's both. There's one particular person I know of in my environment who is deceptive that I know needs to be released. And then there's also deception within myself. And I can wholeheartedly admit that. I know that I deceive myself with certain lies and false beliefs that I have. And that's what came out. And that's what I had to write down. I think I'm going to share a couple of them because you might relate. Hang on, let me grab my journal. Okay. So one of the ones I wrote down here are that I have to figure it all out on my own. That's a false belief. And I've believed that very deeply for a very long time. That I just have to figure everything out on my own and no one's coming to save me. No one's coming to rescue me, which I'm aware of. No one's coming to rescue anyone, really. We all have to rescue ourselves, and I understand that. However, that doesn't mean that I shouldn't get help, or that I shouldn't reach out for help, or that I shouldn't ask for help. So that's a major false belief I got to work through. Another false belief is that I have to be happy every single day to be in the right vibration to receive money, love, and help. That's also crap. And it's crap because if you are trying to force yourself to feel happy every single day, that's not real happiness. Therefore, that's not the vibration that you're supposed to be in. So this toxic positivity doesn't work. That's not how you manifest. And this whole manifesting thing too is so much of that is kind of bullshit too, because we truly get what we are vibrationally. So when you can truly believe that you deserve all of the things that you're desiring, it is only then that you can actually attract it in. Sitting there and you can, meditate all day long and visualize and do all this and that. But if you're still not, if the feelings are not connected to the worthiness of having those things and the true belief of having it already, you're not going to get it. You're not going to manifest it. So I've also had this belief that I can't go on vacation or do anything fun until I launch a certain project or until I hit certain milestones. That's kind of crazy. Because if I'm burnt out, how the fuck am I going to launch anything? Right? Another false belief here, and I know this is a very deep inner child kind of wounding type of thing for me, that playing is frivolous when I should be working. So I still carry this belief within me that I should basically just be working 24/7, not taking any time off, not going anywhere to do anything fun, not socializing, not interacting with others until my work is done. But my work is kind of never done. And so therefore I just never really allow myself to play. On occasion I will definitely, and when my daughter is around, I definitely try to allow myself to play. I allow her to bring that out of me, where I give myself permission to play. But even then, I find myself doing it more for her than for me. So it's like I'm playing with her to give her mommy time, and so that she can experience sort of like the fun side of me too. Yeah, so that's still something I have to work on, where I can just really let myself play for me, not for any other reason or for anyone else, because at that point, if I'm doing it for her in the sense or in the context I was just explaining, that would be people pleasing. And people pleasing is something that I've worked very, very hard to overcome. It was a massive struggle that I've had for most of my life. And, I finally reached that point now where I really genuinely don't care what people think if I'm not doing what they want me to do. Most recently, I had that experience with a neighbor where I just kind of drew up some boundaries, and I was letting a neighbor know that, certain things I wasn't okay with. We haven't really talked since, but, I'm okay with that because I'm not responsible for how he's going to take that, and I'm also not responsible for how he feels about that. Like, he's not going to look out for me. I'm going to look out for me. So let me see what else here. Another false belief that I have, and I know this is something that I need to work on more because it is something I struggle with, is a belief that I don't have the focus or discipline to do the work that I need to do to get ahead. And this isn't true, because when I apply myself, I actually do have the focus, but it's something that comes up, from time to time, and I will feel like I don't have the focus and I don't have the discipline, and then I get super hard on myself for it, and then I'm just beating myself up because it's like, oh, you're not fucking doing what you're supposed to be doing, and da 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 da, and it's always this need. You need to do this and you need to do that. And I find so much resistance within me when it comes to that. When I'm always in this energy of I need to get this done or I need to get that done, it kills my motivation completely, and it makes me procrastinate so much, and it's so terrible. So that's something that this new moon is really highlighting for me, that I have to become extremely aware of and not allow this illusionary need. There is no need for anything. Anything that we do should come out of a genuine desire. Not because you need to do it, but because you want to do it. Because you're inspired to do it. You feel called to do it. Because you're motivated to do it. So that's a big one that I feel is not only a personal issue, but a collective issue. So, oh, and then a final one here that I'd like to share as a healer, that I'm not healed, and I have to keep healing and keep purging my shadow aspects, because I won't be able to manifest what I want until I do. That's another false belief. Another false belief is that getting back into shape is going to be hard. Which is not true, because I've already started losing weight. So it's like, what I'm really trying to point out here is how much we truly screw ourselves over with these thoughts and with these false beliefs, and how much it makes us turn upstream, and how much it pulls us out of the flow. Because that's what I recognize for myself, is all of these thoughts, all of these shadow aspects of myself that I had no choice but to face today, how much they pull me out of flow. It's like, no wonder I'm tired all the time, because I've been wondering all week. I actually had, mentally, I was in a really good headspace, but physically, I was fucking exhausted. And despite, not eating very much, and like, I'm really done with the garbage, and like, just cleaning up my diet, even though, I still had a cheat the other night. I went out and I was just really badly craving sugar, and I did go out and I bought a little 6-pack of like little tiny donuts, but like all week I haven't had anything else, and I've been in good with my diet, or trying to be as best as I can be, and really genuinely, like, I haven't missed a day for, I don't know how long it's been. It's like almost 2 weeks now, I think, that I'm out every single day, sometimes twice a day. So it's like I'm doing all this work and yet I still have these like background programs, these false negative beliefs running through me, trying to convince me that like what I'm doing isn't good enough, or that I'm not making progress. So anyway, this is just kind of how I experienced this new moon, and I just wanted to be super real about it, because this is what the fucking journey looks like. This is what healing looks like. This is what facing your shadow looks like. It's just taking a hard, honest, truthful look at what is within, and having the willingness to look at it, to sit with it, to come to realize how we prevent ourselves from moving forward. So I hope you find this video helpful, and I hope that some of the things I touched on resonate with you. If they do, give me a thumbs up. Put it in the comments below and maybe share some of the ways that you sort of struggled through today, or how this new moon was for you. Maybe you were great, flying high, and everything was awesome, and maybe you didn't have any shadow aspects come to the surface. But for me, I don't know, every full moon, every new moon, the moon really intensely influences and has an effect on me. So maybe because I'm sensitive. But that's just what came up. So I appreciate if you made it all the way through. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. Don't be hard on yourselves. Please learn from my mistakes and learn from my own realizations. And maybe you can relate to some of these feelings that I'm having within myself. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.